What if you could turn ChatGPT into your salesperson who would eagerly recommend products to your target customers, effortlessly understanding what will delight and excite them, and then presenting your product as the obvious choice? According to TechCrunch, ChatGPT is receiving over 1 billion search queries every week. And many of those searches are from customers who are looking to research, find, and buy products that meet their needs. How would it transform your business to turn those eager searches into happy customers? It turns out that in no time, this won't just be a fantasy. It's where the latest battle for e-commerce dominance is taking place. There are two things you must do in order for ChatGPT to recommend your product over your competitors. Stay tuned to learn what those are. But first, let's dig into this new update to explore how things are changing and what this means for your business. If you haven't been paying attention to the way that AI is reshaping e-commerce as we know it, then let this be your wake-up call. AI is fundamentally shifting the way that customers discover, find, and buy products, and it is changing at a record-breaking speed. ChatGPT has already had a product recommendation feature, but they are elevating and changing that experience to make it more valuable for people using their tools to be able to find and identify the product that is the right fit for their needs. There's absolutely zero doubt in my mind that this change is being influenced by tools like Perplexity and Google, which already provide a much more customer-friendly shopping experience. And now it's only a matter of time that ChatGPT has decided to up their game. If you haven't watched it yet, I also have a video about a rumored future partnership with Shopify, which as we go through this new change today, it will start to make sense of where they're heading and what they're thinking about and how they intend to influence the future of e-commerce. So in today's video, we are going to be talking through what this change means, why they're making this change, and what the future might hold. I thought it might be interesting to begin with some quotes pulled from TechCrunch that recently wrote an article about this new change. They say, when ChatGPT users search for products, the chatbot will now offer a few recommendations, present images and reviews for those items, and include direct links to web pages where users can buy the products. OpenAI says users can ask super specific questions in natural language and receive customized results. To start, OpenAI is experimenting with categories such as fashion, beauty, home goods, and electronics. So this should feel pretty familiar to you because it is really identical to the way that Perplexity has been displaying product recommendations for months now. I have a whole playlist about how AI search and e-commerce are overlapping. And if you are selling products online, these are things that you must be aware of. So I highly suggest that you go ahead and bookmark that and watch those videos because things are changing and you need to know. But ChatGPT isn't just entering the search, it's also entering the discovery. And this is an important distinction to make because search is somebody has a need that they are looking to solve and they are looking for a product to help solve that. Discovery is more about what might be a good gift, or I want to try a new hobby, or I have free time in the evening and I'd like something to do. So this is less pointed, less specific, and more expansive. It's also a great opportunity for either those new products that people didn't know existed or some of those impulse buy kind of decisions that are driven by mood or what you see your favorite influencer using. And so ChatGPT is also making a move for that as well. So in the TechCrunch article, they say alongside this update, ChatGPT search will now display trending searches when users start typing a question, much like Google search's autocomplete feature. Additionally, ChatGPT search has come to WhatsApp, allowing users to message the company's chatbot to get up-to-date answers. Now, I wasn't able to replicate this discovery function, but I will be keeping an eye out for it, and I will make a follow-up video once I'm able to find some good examples to show this in action. The one that I tried gave me a whole list of products, but they weren't actually linked and demonstrating this shopping feature. So I need to do some more investigating before I have anything concrete with that. The fact is that the only way that you're going to be able to win in this arena is if you understand the rules of the game and who you're competing against. So let's dig a little bit deeper to understand how this is going to work and what it's going to look like. And we're going to go directly to OpenAI to see what they have to say about this big shopping update. So they say, users come to ChatGPT with all kinds of questions, and one common topic is researching and buying products. Now, when a user query suggests shopping intent, for example, I'm looking to buy costumes for my 2 dogs, ChatGPT can display relevant product options in visually rich carousels, provide additional product details, and link users to websites where they can learn more or make a purchase. This is available in GPT 4.0 and 4.0 mini. So I am using the example that ChatGPT has given in their own published update about these shopping improvements, and I have to say I'm underwhelmed. I typed in, I'm looking to buy costumes for my dog, and it gives me a bunch of different categories along with links to different kinds of products. So for example, superhero and pop culture pups. It has this Scooby-Doo, the Mystery Machine pet costume. So let's just say I want the Hot Diggity dog costume. So I click on that, and then I'm shown a couple of pictures along with options of where to buy it, why I might like this, what people are saying about it, and it's bringing in some reviews. So there's some good bones here. However, if we are thinking about the way that customers like to shop and discover and choose and buy products, to me, there's a big issue here. Let's take this exact question now and let's bring it to Perplexity. Okay, I'm looking to buy costumes for my dog. So Perplexity gives me a very similar little information here about why I might like it. And then it's giving me a Despicable Me, Rubies and Lilo. That's pretty funny, a skunk costume. They have this in answer form. I can look at it in shopping form if I just want to browse the option. I can look at images, sources, tasks. Now, for some reason, this isn't giving me the table that I often enjoy, but you can see here right from the main results, they are giving me the reviews, they are giving me the price, they are giving me pictures, they are giving me information. And so I can really look at these side by side. Whereas here, I am needing to click every single picture in order to be able to look at it. And then if I don't remember the name, then suddenly I'm getting confused and I'm clicking back and forth and it's a whole thing. And so it's good in concept, but to me, this release, this update is demonstrating still a lack of understanding and knowledge around how e-commerce works and what is required in order to help facilitate sales and just give customers the information that they need to know to be able to make an informed decision. And the way that these queries are displayed really is quite underwhelming. It's also really important to note that products are selected by ChatGPT independently and are not ads. In other words, companies are not yet able to pay for placement in these recommendations. However, whether that's something that's available in the future remains to be seen. So I just realized that in some of the articles I've seen, there is an example of a carousel of the different shopping options that does replicate something more similar with Google or Perplexity AI. However, I was not able to replicate this. I'm not sure if that means that my account does not yet have this functionality because it is something that is currently being rolled out, or if I'm doing something wrong. I assume not, because I'm using the exact prompt that they recommended and I am getting a different kind of answers that are this hybrid of the way that ChatGPT used to recommend products, but now with these extra windows that open up that that give me the shopping ability and the reviews and some of that other information. I think it's important to note because I'm not seeing the full fruition of this new update in action. So let's dig a bit deeper to understand how ChatGPT chooses which products to recommend, because once we know what it's looking for and how it works, then we can figure out how to be able to position your product so that you're the one that ChatGPT recommends. So they say a product appears in the visual carousel when ChatGPT perceives it's relevant to the user's intent. ChatGPT assesses intent based on the user's query and other available context, such as memories or custom interactions. For example, if a user asks ChatGPT to find goofy costumes for their two large dogs, ChatGPT will consider general factors such as price. By the way, isn't it funny that ChatGPT is using dogs for this example? It's very Amazon coded because Amazon uses dogs and we have their Rufus AI and just dogs are a whole theme. So I have to wonder if this is a subtle dig or even shots fired at Amazon. I don't know, just my 2 cents. Take it for what you will. So back to what they're saying. ChatGPT will consider general factors such as price, customer ratings, and ease of use, as well as specific criteria provided by the user, like sizing and the desired costume vibe. It's so funny that vibe is in a professional product release article. It's just amazing the way that the world has changed. If the user had previously indicated a dislike for clowns, the model might also consider that and leave out clown costumes. Since the model interprets user intent, it can occasionally make mistakes. For example, maybe the user would have been open to clown costumes after all. User can clarify their preference and ask ChatGPT to adjust its response. So as I was preparing for this video, I tried to replicate some of the things that they were talking about and demonstrating. And when I was looking for coffee maker recommendations, ChatGPT asked me for additional information so that it could really help me hone in on a product that would be a good fit. It asked me questions like my budget, way that I like to drink my coffee, and other details like that. So ChatGPT can really act as a sales assistant, helping to curate a recommendation that's going to be the best fit for the customer. And so the way that ChatGPT is going to be able to do that effectively for your products is if you really provide all of the necessary information in order for it to be able to understand you and understand if you are selling coffee makers, the kind of coffee that it can brew. Is this an espresso maker that you can also use to make lattes and cappuccinos? Is it a drip coffee that you can use to make light or very dark roast? And who is it best for? What are the kinds of people that are going to like it the most? Is it more about ease and speed, or is it really about enjoying the whole ritual around making and drinking coffee? All of these details are integral now, not only from the conversion standpoint of when somebody lands on your product page, but now also for ChatGPT to more clearly understand your product so that when it is asking these refining questions, when it is deciding which products to recommend to customers, that it has all of the information it needs to give your products to the customers that it thinks will be the best fit. To go a little bit deeper, when determining which products to surface, ChatGPT considers, we're getting a little bit technical here, structured metadata from third-party providers, for example, price, product description, and other third-party content like reviews, model responses generated by ChatGPT before it considers any new search results. That's pretty interesting. And openai safety standards. It continues depending on the user's needs. Some of these factors will be more relevant than others. For example, if the user specifies a budget of $30, ChatGPT will focus more on price, whereas if price isn't important, it may focus on other aspects instead. Don't forget to stay tuned to the 2 things that you must do to be first in line for this new program. Also, be sure to subscribe so that you never miss an update because things are changing so quickly. There is a new release every day. The way that customers search, find, discover, and choose products is nowhere near what it was even just a year ago. And if you are selling products online, then you need to make sure that you stay up to date. So be sure that you are subscribed. And if there are topics that you would like to see covered in future videos, also let me know. I would love to hear from you. Drop it in the comments. So one thing that ChatGPT says that they're doing, which we know all of the other AI search assistants also do, is summarizing and sometimes even renaming products. So they just are upfront and saying that they are actually doing this, which means that unfortunately you are not going to be able to maintain full control over your brand voice through these summaries. But of course, the more information that you put online, the clearer you are about all of these things, the better ChatGPT will understand your brand and be able to then present it in a way that is more aligned with how you are trying to portray your business. They say that part of this is also just for simplicity and even for cohesion, so that things are following a similar structure. It says some product images may include feature labels like budget friendly or most popular. These labels are generated by ChatGPT based on information available to the model, which may include third-party data. They're not guarantees or verified statements and may not reflect all available market data. For example, a budget friendly label might mean that reviewers frequently mention good value, not necessarily that it's the lowest price available. So this is a way that you can see that they are considering how to influence and signal to customers different values that might be interesting, and that they're not just taking the information that you've written about your product, but also what customers are saying about your product. So reviews are still just as, if not more important than ever, as they are actually influencing the way that ChatGPT is going to talk about your products and identify it to potential customers. It's saying that they may also provide product review summaries from public websites. They may include star ratings and counts, which are from third party and not verified by OpenAI. So how merchants are selected. This is getting to the good stuff. This is getting to the point where you actually figure out how you can get your products in the running to be recommended in this new world of search that we are entering into. And they say that when a user clicks on a product, that they may show a list of merchants offering it. This list is generated based on merchant and product metadata that they receive from third-party providers. Currently, the order in which they're displayed is determined by these providers. They don't re-rank items on factors such as price, shipping, or return policies. Any website or merchant can appear in ChatGPT search to help ensure content can be discovered, surfaced, and clearly cited. Follow these guidelines. Number 1, ensure you haven't opted out of OpenAI's search crawler, and they include some specific information of how to go about doing this. Even though it's not super technical, it's more technical than what I'm comfortable talking about. So if you're interested, I will leave a link to that article below so that you can follow exactly what it's instructing you, because obviously this is something that you don't want to mess up. And then number 2 is it says sign up to be notified when feed submissions open. We're exploring an easy way for merchants to provide product feeds directly to ChatGPT, helping ensure more accurate, up-to-date listings. Complete the interest form below and we'll notify you as soon as submissions open. So you definitely want to make sure to fill out that form, because of course, if you can give ChatGPT more information about your products, then it's going to be able to better recommend your options over those that are not providing that information. So these are the 2 things that you have to do. I imagine that this is just a very small step forward in what is a much bigger plan that they are cooking up. We know that there is a Shopify partnership in the works. We understand that the battle for e-commerce is happening in this AI search space and that it is heating up seriously. So if you want to know what you can do to make sure that you are maintaining your brand voice to maximize your conversion potential wherever customers are finding you, be that on Amazon, on Perplexity, or here on ChatGPT, then go ahead and watch this video that should be popping up right now. It's a must watch. I hope to see you over there. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Bye.